The thoughts and views of this podcast and the sole views of the curators of this podcast is not the views of the United States Postal Service.
And we are back. You know it, On the Route Podcast, episode 26. And today we're going to be talking about the Congress getting involved with the pay errors that is going on in the rural carriers area of the post office. If you guys been listening or paying attention about it, there are a few rural carriers that have not been getting either all of their pay, either all of their pay or half of their pay. I say a few because in the grand scope of things, we don't know exactly how many. There's roughly around 50,000. Yeah. But I think there's, it's millions of employees, so, you know what I mean? Give or take. Either way, it shouldn't have happened at all. But before we even get started, as always, let our brothers introduce themselves.
It's Speed Morton. I think, like I said, it's a crime what the post office is doing to these rural carriers. It's a disgrace. I mean, if it was the other way around, it would be done. So,
This is Black, and I'm ready to jump right in, man. Go ahead, A-Ron.
Deception.
disgrace.
What's up, everybody? This is Aaron. We got some good information for y'all. Let's go.
So if you've been listening to what's going on, or reading on Reddit or echoes in your post office, wherever you are locally, you've been hearing that certain rural carriers are not getting paid. So you're probably wondering, if you're in a rural station and it hasn't happened to you, how is this happening? Because we know we all clock in the same way, using our scanners or using a time clock, some of us still, but it all goes into something called tax. What most people don't know is there's different types of tax based on certain areas you're in. There's a tax 3, 4, 5, and 6. You know what I mean? Now, we don't know offhand because the post office has never specifically told us what part of tax is in error. You know what I mean? But there's certain parts of the tax where, carriers are not getting paid. They're working and they're not being compensated for the hours that they're working. And this issue, I think, went on for about a month, 2 months almost, fellas.
Yeah. 2 months, yeah, 2 months.
Almost 2 months. And a couple carriers reached out to, the appropriate authorities in terms of labor to get some resolution because post office was moving fast enough. So anybody got any information?
Yeah, so initially it started in September. They missed paychecks for partial pay in September, per this article that I'm reading right here. And the Department of Labor has opened up an investigation after more than 50,000 rural mail carriers experienced delay or partial paychecks in September. Despite the United States Postal Service claims to Congress that the situation had been rectified and those who experienced payroll errors received compensation within 1 or 2 pay periods, some impacted carriers waited 4 weeks and reached out to state labor departments. While the USPS Government Liaison Director Michael Gordon wrote in his letter to Congress that the programming issue has been identified and remedied. Affected carriers experienced overdraft fees and other financial challenges. Some encountered discrepancies between the actual amount owed to them and the sum received as a salary advance. Federal legislators had directed USPS to take immediate action to resolve the issue and properly compensate the carriers.
All right, my problem is, kudos to the carriers that reached out. You know what I'm saying? I did that after 1 pay period. Them niggas owe me bread. But like I was saying to the fellas before, we actually hit record. Somebody that's paying you money that you earned is not considered compensation for error. 1, and then 2, like Aaron just read that they got partial payments, and from what I understand, some of them didn't get paid at all. Yeah. And they
were missing pay because of discrepancy.
Yeah, and they was basically saying that you still had to come to work, and if you didn't come to work, you will be written up and possibly fired. Like, how do you say that to somebody that's losing stuff? Like, you got kids, you got car payment, car insurance, you got food, you got child care, even if you ain't got a car, you need car fare to get to work. Like, I have to still get here. Like, if I don't have any money and you saying you give me like pay advancements, like how is it considered a pay advance if it's after you owe me? That's not a pay advance. So I don't it makes me mad every time I think about it. It makes me mad.
How did I say it? It just like I said, it doesn't make any sense. Like, how are you telling someone to come to work and do a job basically? And like I said, the thing of the job is we're here to work basically. We're not here to struggle or to not be paid what we're owed. And like I said, for them to take this point to go to the feds and try to cover it so fast, I feel like the post office with things like this for so long. And the fact of the matter is nobody's being initiative to take to the next step. And now when it comes down to finance, like you said, like Black said, like people to get paid, we gonna take to the next level step. Like y'all not above Congress, you're not above the law, you're not above none of that stuff. Like sometimes I feel like the post office carries shit around like, well, we the post office, we want. Like we didn't hear the numerous time with the supervisor say, well, it's the post office here. You don't work here, you leave. It's a good job right here. Like, well, people keep bragging about that, but at the end of the day, y'all not Teflon Don. Like y'all shield can't protect you for everything. Like it can't. And it's like the motto they carry here, it goes on for so many years, and people are so afraid, like, because, like I said, like Black said, they try to fire you, scare tactic. But I'm like, that's not a scare tactic. You playing with my money now. Like, that's not you play with. And like I said, my thing is, God forbid somebody else comes up there, basically, and what if they raise hell now? What if somebody comes to bring a weapon up there? What if somebody comes and say, I don't care about nothing. I ain't leaving. I got a rifle or weapon. I ain't leaving so I get paid now. I need to see somebody, basically. What is management going to do?
I want all my money.
Exactly. Management said, well, Kennedy ain't for it. We have any money, but I'm like, you can't sit here and play nobody. And my thing is, like we always said, it's the person you least expect to come up there and do something. The person you least expect it. It might be the dude that's quiet in the office, sitting there all day, like, well, look, man, I come to work every day. I'm here one time, basically. Why are you not paying me? And then, like I said, main man might go off the reference, off the record scale, might go crazy, like, look. He might come in there like, what's one of the episodes for Martin? The boy came with the
with the bomb.
The bomb said, I'm gonna blow this mother up. That's what I'm saying. Like, you never know what people react like, and to play with people with money in their face like that, and the stuff we previously read, so like, oh well, you ain't gonna get paid, and like you still gotta come there. Like I read an article one day on Reddit, like I told y'all before, somebody came to my crib about, well, you was drafted in. So my thing is, let me ask you this: if I ain't getting paid and I don't show up, you come to my crib, what's wrong with you, fool? You gonna be dealt with, like, especially this predicament. Why would you even try to assess that? And that's why I say, like, the problem is upper management's telling management, just tell them this. Like, nah, we're gonna take this to affirmative action, and we need to take this to and pay my money.
I got a question real quick. If these quote unquote pay advancements is coming from where? Post office, right? Mm-hmm. And they are aware of the error, right? Mm-hmm. And the post office pays you through your regular paycheck, right?
Yeah.
So why isn't the pay advance a full paycheck?
That's the question.
Shiesty!
Now, because didn't you point out before, you said that certain rural areas are trying to de-unionize their union?
Yeah, decertify their union.
Decertify their union.
Yep.
Yeah, like they started doing that in August, or trying to talk about doing that before these errors started happening.
Yeah, yep.
And people's pay.
Which I said before in the previous podcast, it's a huge coincidence. Like, they're talking about decertifying the union, and all of a sudden, over 50,000 road carriers don't get paid. How is that possible?
And like we always talk about, they're not being transparent, so you don't know exactly what areas are being affected. Because if you knew what areas were being affected, you could probably go back and see what areas were trying to decertify their union and see is there a correlation there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they ain't gonna give you that. No, they ain't gonna give you that. They give you that. That means the cat's out the bag, and it's not an error anymore. It's on purpose now.
And which is a crazy lawsuit.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I still what Aaron read earlier, they're going to end up paying those road carriers more than what they actually owe them, because if you got road carriers that lost things, like somebody lost a house or apartment or a car, or their kid got kicked out of daycare, you gonna owe these people money because now they got hardships.
Yeah,
that's pain and suffering.
Pain and suffering. Yeah.
Now
that's basically the definition of it.
Yeah,
at that point.
Yep. So you're gonna be paying them more, because if a kid got kicked out of daycare, that means they gotta find another daycare. That takes time.
Yeah, which means they can't come to work. And knowing some of these people, they try to PDI you for that.
Oh yeah.
Come to work. Even though they caused the initial incident, which made you not come to work.
But let me ask y'all a question. How are they allowed to do this and get away with it? And like,
Oh, they're not.
I'm not saying they're allowed to say it, but my thing is, how are they allowed to do something like this? And there's no backlash from the union, even if it's still your representation of the road carriers. Like they have their own union. So my thing is, y'all guys are not doing your job as a union representation. Be like, what do I need y'all for?
Oh no, their union's mad. Oh, you want to decertify us? So why would we help you?
But my thing is, like with any, like I said, I work for a union. Any union, it says that area when you read an article, it says you have a right to vote for it if you want as a representation, y'all. Like I said, I used to work like with teams. They said, well, if you don't want us representation, you can get somebody else. Well, if you don't want anybody us representing you guys or being a union, we can get anybody else to represent you guys basically, and they can you can vote us out basically. So what's the big deal here basically? Because y'all the NLS, I guess it's not NLC, what's this? The road carriers and like, y'all like. It doesn't make any sense. I just don't make it. It don't make any sense to me. It's just the stuff they do and they say doesn't make any sense at all. Like, as far as that.
Now my question was like, how did the program error happen? So, like Michael Goyer said that the payroll error, well, they identified the error and they rectified the situation, but he don't say how it happened.
It's magic.
He said they're not providing any more information on it. So
I'm
I'm like, how does carriers deserve to know how this happened so it don't happen again.
It's magic, man. It's magic, man.
Listen to this. With the world that we live in today, the kind of technology that we have, and the kind of tech geniuses we have, they always rave about. All these people that's able to do all this stuff in coding and went to school for this and did all this and all that. How in the hell did it take you a month? What is that? 2 pay periods?
Yeah,
That's a month.
Yeah.
They realized it on August 28th. It was an issue.
But no,
It
man.
was a
Hold on,
September
wait.
1 paycheck. The September 1 paycheck.
They realized it then,
Mm-hmm.
and it still took them the whole month of September to rectify it, quote unquote.
No, you know what it is. It got to, you know what it was. It went to a lower level. Then once it finally got to the top boss, it's like, oh, we got to do something about this. Why is this in my office? Why is it in my table?
He was also getting money orders too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, money, like payday loans, cashier, basically,
Yeah, that's what their quote unquote
Yeah.
pay advancement came through money over.
Yeah, right.
But here's the thing. That pay advancement, y'all not getting that money back. Y'all owe me that money.
Oh, yeah. No,
There is a difference when you get a pay advance on something that you're not owed. Then you have to pay it back. You might need some extra bread. You pay it back later. This is money you actually owe me. So don't look for this back later. Like no.
they gonna try to take it back out of their
You should right back into the check, like, oh,
But
what's it in the year?
to me, that's highway robbery. Unless you paying me more than what you owe me because of pain and suffering.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
Post ain't gonna be that way.
They're gonna have to pay them more. That pay advancement you gave them, that can be considered compensation to the point of them not having to give it back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can say it's compensation. But if they gotta pay that money back to you, that's not compensation.
But let me ask y'all this: or they're gonna charge it as like how like they give you a like a bonus basically. They're gonna charge super tax to the point where you ain't with enough. You're not gonna the amount that you're supposed to get. They're gonna like, all right, well, look, we gave you this here, and you be like, what is
No,
this saying?
you already paid taxes on your check.
On the pay, I'm saying, all right, okay. I thought they were trying to get you like a bonus.
Because from what I'm understanding, from what I read online, they was able to see it on like blue.
Right.
They just didn't get it.
It did.
So basically, it's still gonna do postal. It's not like the outside and incentive.
No,
it's just regular.
It's the payroll.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because they still had minuses on a check. And I'm
And like you said, like how do y'all not know initially what the problem is? Because there's different formats of the same system that we use to pay our employees.
Yeah.
So if the one system is working, because I'm pretty sure the person in DC, because I know my understanding is here in Philadelphia, the tax that we use, we can only see that one. We can't see the other ones.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure in DC, the headquarters, like they have all of the taxes. They got all 4 of them. You know what I mean? So they can see exactly what the problem is. So it's like, how do you not look at the ones that work and look at the one that's not working, or ones that's not working, and figure out what's the common denominator of why they're malfunctioning and just fix it? Because like you have at least 2 weeks before the next pay period. It shouldn't take that long. Isn't that somebody's job to do maintenance and tax? You would think like the software stuff for the post office, that's a job that somebody has. So for 8 hours when they come into work, they're working on text, DMS, CPMS, all this different stuff that they use for the job. You know what I mean? They're the same people that did a virtual time card for us.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like
People
this
that
is their
handle
job.
They updating like blue all the time.
But
You know
no,
what I mean?
my thing is,
unless they're outsourcing, I don't know. It could be outsourcing, and they don't have a department that does that.
To IT professionals.
yeah, but my thing is, it comes down to the fact of who the hell is giving the order out to even like, all right, we're gonna do this basically. Like, what big wig is someone like we gonna look? We're not gonna pay them. That's what it comes down to. Who's the person that said, oh no, we're not gonna pay them? Like who is it? Somebody's at fault at the end of the day for this in the situation. And my thing is, the post office gonna keep a deflection. They gonna keep trying to deflect somehow. No, I'm telling you, somebody gotta take the fall for this. And my thing is, they gonna keep trying to mask it or trying to cover up. Like, oh well, it wasn't me. But so and so told up top. Like, who is? Like I said, who's gonna take it? You go to management. Management like, well, it wasn't me. You go to hiring. It wasn't me. Who would they get a cost again? You ain't gonna pay them for this. Y'all gonna pay for this.
This is whoever's in human resources.
And now that we said that, I wonder, and anybody that's in the comments, please comment below. Hit the like button, subscribe. If you work in the department that deals with the IT stuff or the internet stuff with our job, are we that cheap that we just outsource? So when there's a problem, we can't address it right away because we have to contact the outsourced person and wait for them to get back to us and actually see what the problem is. Because that would make a lot of sense why it took so long for them to do it. Because we don't actually have an IT department. We don't have actual postal employees who do online stuff 24/7.
Right.
So it would make a lot of sense why, there's a malfunction in, I don't know, let's just say tax 5. So we got to contact the person who sets up the taxes. Well, he's busy right now. He's got a contract he's working on. He'll get back to you in October. You know what I mean? It's like,
You know
what I'm saying? Like that would really, that's really pathetic. If we're that large of a company, if we don't have a department, we're actually calling somebody to do the maintenance. Because think about how often our scanners get upgraded. As far as like the software, we'll get it in the scanner every couple months. Yeah, that sounds like an outsourced thing. It doesn't sound like we have a department that just does it.
Because Light Blue gets updated a couple times a year.
Yeah. So you say it's a third party, probably.
Yeah, I'm like, you can't make me believe that we got somebody that go to work 8 hours every day to work for us, and they just always just doing software stuff. Because you would see that. You would see the efficiency of the software stuff progress quicker.
But then, Blake, you say like even with the vehicles, like they got third party fixing, like I think the Mercedes Benz stuff, they don't have like certain parts. Like so, I wouldn't put it past somebody like them being that cheap. Like, nah, man, you know what? Playboy, how much you want to charge me that?
Yeah, like the shop that's near in Roxborough, off of
Church.
That's not a postal shop.
No, that's a regular mechanics.
Yeah, I think Maniac use them a lot too.
Maniac get them big in Roxborough. Like, yeah, they go there.
Third party shop.
How cheap can you get, yo?
How low can you go?
Well, that's somebody, it's cheap, but it's kind of smart at the same time. But because you ain't got to pay somebody on a regular, you just only got to pay them when you need them.
But what happens though when something bad happens?
Oh yeah.
That's why it's like there's the old school saying. I'd rather have the gun and not need it, and then I need a gun and I don't got one.
Certain positions you should have.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Amazon got a tech unit.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure especially the way they get paid now, they probably definitely got some people that handle the online stuff.
Especially Amazon, because them the scanners they call them rabbits.
Yeah.
They need that joint functioning properly because they got cameras in the trucks and everything. They need all that working.
So Amazon had their scanners are called the rabbits.
They're called rabbits. Yeah.
All right. So
we determined.
Have you been looking at them? You been investigating?
No,
I mean, look, I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying, this is what happens when you're not paying your employees properly. We start investigating other companies and learning a lot about what they do.
What you got?
I got friends that work for Amazon.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like so you hit them with one of my options.
They don't get paid what we get paid, so that's not.
Oh hell no! What's your ass say?
But yeah, they got cameras in their trucks and everything. And I actually seen the cameras in the trucks because one of my old routes before I moved to another route, the guy was like, "Yeah, we got cameras in the trucks." I looked through the window. They got a camera looking directly at their face, like to see if you picked up your phone, if you hard braked, if you Like they got the rabbit and everything. And look at your speed limit if you're going too fast. If you're hard braking, if you blew a stop sign or blew a light, oh, you done.
I'll just be digging in my nose the whole time while I'm working. Just go off my face.
Nasty.
Yo.
Somebody can see me. Yeah.
But yeah,
You want a booger?
Rub it right on the Amazon logo. Just,
You want a booger?
I'm still working.
A hood book.
Oh yeah, a booger, a hood booger. Yes indeed.
But yeah, it's crazy.
What do y'all think is the trickle down effect of this?
As far as what?
As far as carriers and relationships in the post office.
Oh, yeah, that's burning.
It's outrage.
It's burning.
It's outrage, boy. They lucky in all our water.
We used to be called the most trusted company in America. Like,
How long was that, sir? How long was that, sir?
I
How
mean,
long was that, sir?
excuse my French, but that probably back in the pre-progressive African American phase of our country.
Probably about 47 years ago.
Yeah, make it 50.
The job looked a lot different back then.
Doing like the 50s and the 60s?
56, 1955, 1966.
But I mean, yeah, it's like stuff like this you don't expect to happen at a company this size. You know what I'm saying? Like I can see this happening in like, I don't know, Dick's Sporting Goods. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah,
like
Wendy's.
Wendy's or somebody like that.
Oh,
Like I don't even think McDonald's would do this, yo.
No. I don't think, like you said, he said Walmart, but I don't think Walmart would do it either.
Yeah,
Maybe like a Home Depot or Lowe's or something like that. Maybe like one of
You
them.
know what I'm saying? Like a mom and pop business probably that would happen at, but a corporation, a nationwide corporation is
just like a mom and pop store. Their systems are outdated.
yeah. So
Cash.
yo, which is crazy because it's like you would expect to have tech issues with a mom and pop store because that's the person that owns it. They can't afford to keep up with everything. But when you are the only mail delivery system in the entire country, and it's supposedly the most powerful country on the planet, how do we have payment issues?
They just don't care.
Now, one question I have, I didn't see it in the article. Maybe I overlooked it if it's in there. But my question is it in the same area, in the same region, or is it just like...
I didn't read. When I read it, it didn't say what area. It just said how many.
Right, it's like 52,213 carriers.
Yeah, so it might expand around. It might be like certain, like one city might have more than the other, but it's like I think certain departments, like I know here we have rural carriers, but I don't think it's here, but it's probably more so like probably like Midwest or probably like certain region that area. I'm just guessing, but more so than like I say. You would have heard if it was here more so, but
yeah, because like Rick said, if they let us know which tax,
Yeah.
we can know which area.
Yeah.
But they're not letting us know which tax. They're not letting us know which area. Like I said before,
Yeah,
any
not
road
giving
carriers
us
out there in the comments, let us know. You know, if it's happening to you and what area you're in, then we can know. All right, boom, it's there.
Because I'm pretty sure we can put the pieces together and look at the people that are upset about their union and the people that are missing pay and probably see if we can connect the dots.
There you go.
Which goes back to that point that Black was talking about in a previous pod. He was like, yo, like, if we're paying union dues, your job is supposed to be to defend us 100%. How are you in cahoots with the other side that's always trying to nail us? Because this definitely would be a management union coalition type of movement if that's what happened. You know what I mean? Like,
But it's always hard, you know, just in life in general, just with the pay that we already get and with road carriers, with the, you know, when they redid their routes and they got less money and, you know, a 9-hour route, they said it's an 8-hour route now and you're already losing money just for you to lose your entire paycheck and only get partial
65%.
payment, of your paycheck, and it's still not, it was already not enough with your full paycheck. And it's not right. And it seemed like people at the level that's supposed to care or supposed to make sure that the job gets done don't make sure it get done, but they're gonna make sure you do your job. You got to do your job 100%, and you coming in and you ain't getting paid and you getting partial payments, and it's like, what am I supposed to do? So they went to what the labor department. So we want our money and we want more, which you should get more. They should get more money than what they're owed because they played in their face, for real.
And then how can management be mad if it's like, oh, I don't want to show up to work because you're not paying me? Like, it's a business, man.
Some of them have the illusion that this was your dream job and your passion, like, and you're a fourth generation mail carrier. And it's like your family is so proud, like because your dad, your grandpa, great grandpa was in the postal service. Y'all been doing this thing since 18, whatever. Like back when it was on horseback, like y'all live this joint.
And then it's like more than 60% of Americans live in paycheck to paycheck. So you miss out on a paycheck for a month, and it's like you really can't. You probably can't even afford to go to work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's what. Yeah,
Especially the way gas prices are too. And we're talking about the rural areas too. So everything is spread out. So you guys are using your cars probably way more than somebody in the city.
Some
So
buses
who knows
still
how much
use that.
gas you burn on a regular?
You already condensing stations like
Yeah, regional stations.
regional stations. It's like
And rural carriers only 8 hours too. They don't really get. I think they get overtime. They get much overtime.
They get overtime, but not the way they do in the city.
Depending on
Yeah, so yeah.
You're already getting paid less, so it's like,
that's ridiculous.
yeah, like that's why they wanted to decertify the union because they, ran their routes. They looked at their routes and was like, oh, your route is 9 hours, but you know what? We're bringing it down to 8. Like what? I take 9 hours to do it every day.
It just feels like more of moving the goalposts because let's keep it real. The demographic of this job is changing dramatically. I want to say every 5 years the numbers are just tipping to a different direction. You know what I mean? Like even in the rural areas where you don't see a lot of minority people that probably live there, you'll see the male person and it's the minority person.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because this job is a very physical job and like some people that have a better work ethic than others based on their conditions and where they're coming from. You know what I mean? Like we coming from, the bottom, like this is an opportunity to fix your life. You know what I mean? You want to, go out here and make it happen.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you're in the sun, if you're in the snow, you know what I mean? Physically you can get through this because you've been through worse or you've seen worse. You know what I mean? It's a little hard to have people to work that hard when they've had a little bit of privilege.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think the post office is understanding the dynamic of how it's changing. And it's just more that moving the goalpost BS that you see happening in other formats.
U.S.
Like I know errors happen, but like what? How? Like mistakes happen, but
It's not the plan.
In life, I don't care what anybody says. Like a technical error, a error with mechanical error or error with technology. It does not take you a month to fix it. No, it doesn't. Especially when you got experienced people. Even if you got to call somebody. Like, when's the last time you had a plumbing issue at your house and you called them and it took them a month or a month and a half to get
Yeah,
there?
because you were willing to pay that extra fee to have them come out immediately.
Immediately, exactly. So you mean to tell me, even if they're outsourcing, you mean to tell me, you said they figured out the issue in August, right? At the end of
August
August.
28th. Yeah.
And they're saying the issue was rectified, what, at the end of September? Like
That was
how?
that goes back to that mentality that we have in this country where it's like it's every man for himself. You know what I'm saying? Like the people making the shots and calling the shots are like, it's not my paycheck. So they can wait a month, it'll get fixed.
Until somebody called the HR or
the labor, and then you give an excuse to the Congress, and the Congress is saying, well, this explanation you gave us does not cover the scope what their problem is, because the scope is not just them not getting paid, is that they fell behind in bills and other things and other entities outside of you that they now have to deal with the consequences. They overdrafted, and the banks are not going to have that conversation with them about why they are overdraft. Because they're trying to get money too, the bank.
Yep.
So the Congress is like, this doesn't work. You know what I mean? So my question is, what happens now? Now that the infraction has happened, now that it's so-called been resolved, what is the punishment going forward? What's the corrective action, as people like to say?
Yeah,
Because I'm pretty sure the Congress is thinking like, all right, how are we going to deal with the post office?
Yeah, man.
That's like, what can you do? Like, you rectify the situation by paying everybody, but then furthermore, what happens? Like, what can you do about that?
like I said, I feel like they did this shit on purpose. They was mad at the rural carriers and they said, well, we'll fix you. Like, what?
That's what it smelled like.
Yeah, like,
That's possible.
one, and two, that means somebody didn't do their job. And like I said, as a carrier, rural carrier, city carrier, if you misdeliver a package, what happens?
Get in trouble.
Trouble with
Get
PI,
trouble,
right?
right?
Yeah.
PI, they ask you a bunch of questions.
Yeah, why were you on that?
Yeah, like, you misdelivered the package and you delivered it here and it's supposed to go here. What were you doing? Were you on the phone? What were you doing? Were you're not paying attention? Like, they trying to figure out what you were doing so they can write your ass up. Now, like Rick says, somebody, quote unquote, screwed up. So
Very bad, very bad.
very badly. So what are you doing?
So they said spokesperson. The spokesperson said that they training new IT people, like they got new training and stuff like that. So I'm like, that's all they getting is like training.
Hold up.
A slap on the wrist.
Hey, huh?
I have a saying when I hear bullshit, and everybody knows it. It's called eat dick. Now, there's no way you gonna tell me that your way of rectifying the situation is giving IT training. Like, to our understanding, like Rick said, they might be outsourcing. So, but this basically tells me that you're not outsourcing. That you actually have IT guys.
Yep.
And you're telling me you got IT
Yes,
guys.
they do. They got IT department.
Yeah. So you're blaming the IT guys, saying, or basically they didn't know what they were doing, so we're gonna retrain them. Like, huh?
Now, I don't want to be that guy, but if you're in the IT department of the post office, do you have a degree in that field? Because that's what I'm wondering. Because you know how a lot of people in our job in the post office, they didn't necessarily go to college for certain things. They just were just given that opportunity because of whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can literally be a area coordinator, MCSO, and you don't have to be a college graduate, but you're in charge of 5 postal stations, sometimes 4 postal stations, which means you have about 5 or 4 managers, which means you probably have about 12 supervisors, which probably means you have about around 80 employees, 90 employees underneath you in that area. That's a lot of responsibility for somebody who probably doesn't have a degree or doesn't have any like leadership skills that they can speak on, that they can show, hey, look, I've been in positions of leadership before, I've had this type of training, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean? And then they give the same jobs to people that are just regular station managers. You know what I mean? And then originally I heard you had to be a college graduate to be a postmaster. I don't think that's the case anymore. Because I've seen people get to that level and they don't have a college degree, and they're a postmaster of an area.
Yeah, I know a couple of them.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't we all?
Probably not the same person. Yeah. So it's just like the qualifications. I'm like, what's going? It's like they're going out the window because they're getting desperate. But then the quality and the efficiency is going down.
Yep. So
when you're trying to save money and trying to cheat people, or trying to cheat the system, or trying to cheat the way the structure of the business is created, you're going to lose.
Every time.
Certain things you're going to have to pay for. That college person, you got to pay them a certain amount. You might not have to pay the person who just went to high school when they just been at the job for 20 years. Because all they got is just work experience.
Yeah, they're not qualified.
You know what I mean? That person with a degree is like, nah, son, I'm not taking less than this. You know what I mean? I went to school for this, and this proves that I can do this job. So y'all trying to cut corners and save money and think you need the same efficiency. You're not. It's a reason why we have colleges. It's a reason why certain things in life requires degrees and things of that nature. Because there's certain things you're going to get from these institutions and these different places that you're not going to get just from just being outside, moving around. You know what I mean? Like you went to a mechanic school to learn how to do certain things that a normal person ain't going to just learn on the fly.
Nope.
There's going to be a lot of trial and error, a lot of mistakes, a lot of costly money mistakes. If you're trying to fix a car and you ain't never had no type of training on it. So it's the same thing with this job, like especially in terms of management and leadership. And this is one of the pet peeves that I have that I've heard so many times just in the Philadelphia area of the 191 installation, that we have a whole bunch of people that are in positions of leadership that are not confrontational. Being confrontational is not a negative thing, because you don't have to be negative with conversation.
No, you don't.
You got people like Wallow267, shout out to him. He runs up on the camera aggressively, confronting, confronting you, but it's about positive stuff. It's about being positive, about being motivated. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can be somebody who is confrontational, it can be something positive. It doesn't have to be negative. But you have people that, in their mind, they think conversation is always negative. Because probably every time they got confronted by somebody, they was trying to kick their ass.
Yeah.
So they're just not used to being conversational, and then they're in positions of leadership. Which means that when they do some BS on the job, they can't come to the person they did it to or come to the source and be like, hey man, I messed up, blah, 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 blah. They start making excuses and start pointing fingers and lying. You know what I mean? You can't be a shop steward if you can't be conversational.
Exactly.
Because when somebody in management is messing with the workflow, messing with the employees, you have to confront this person and tell them, hey, you got to knock it off.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you can't not be conversational and be in any type of business and think you're going to be successful. If you look at every single successful business person since the beginning of time, they've all have been confrontational people. Every last one of them. Everybody from Jeff Bezos to Bloomberg to Trump to freaking what's my man's name, Warren Buffett. You know what I mean? All these people don't have a problem talking to somebody, especially if you made a mistake, or especially if you're doing good. They'll come over to you, hey, what's going on? Kevin O'Leary, all these guys, Mark Cuban, these guys are confrontational. You know what I'm saying? Like even the guy who Louis DeJoy was conversational. Like you don't get to take your trucking company and make it a 9-figure business not being conversational.
And all those people that you just mentioned, they know that at certain points throughout their careers, they got to do something new. And then, like last podcast, we talked about USPS got to be innovative in certain things that they do. Like the Rural Carrier Union president said that it's been decades since they had the same system, and then they need to put money into updating the system. So it's like, how you gonna have the same system for decades and not update it? Of course, something like this is gonna happen.
Yo, decades, bro.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if we.
Oh God.
Look, you know where I'm about to go with this. Like, imagine if the country took the same initiative that the post office did, and we took decades to update things. How long would slavery have lasted? How long would women have not had the right to vote? What about child labor? How long would that have lasted? What about the draft? You know what I mean? Like if the rest of the country moved as non-progressive as the post office was, we wouldn't have much of a country left, probably.
We still wouldn't have cell phones.
Yeah, we probably wouldn't even have no cell phone. We probably still had that payphone on the corner that you got to walk over to and dial and to get it going. Internet might just be at the dial. Yo, everybody put your phone down. We got to use the internet. You might be still at that point.
Dial up. It's on dial.
Get off the phone.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? America Online would still be a thing.
You got metal.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's ridiculous, bro. Like, come on, like you can't expect Congress and other companies to think that we're legitimate, respectable companies in 2023 going into 2024, and we still have these type of issues, type of problems. I guarantee you a bunch of Fortune 500 companies were cracking the fuck up at this shit.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
I'm pretty sure in some of these board meetings, some of these other corporations, they would crack, especially Amazon. I know they had a good laugh.
Oh yeah, because
So look at the asshole. Look at him.
you get what you pay for.
Yeah, like I know they laughed, you know? You can't make me believe they didn't. I'm pretty sure that letter that Michael Gordon wrote that he sent as an excuse, I'm pretty sure the Congress looked at that and was cracking up. You hear what he said?
It's like, wow.
Yeah, he playing in their face, huh? That's messed up. These people deserve better than that. Somebody in Congress probably like, my uncle was a mailman. This is horrible.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're going in.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure everybody high up on Capitol Hill had at least probably one relative or a neighbor that they grew up next to, or somebody that was in the post office. They probably like that person. So now they take it personal.
Yeah. Or they just like their mailman that delivered to their house.
Yeah.
They have conversations with them. The mailman that delivers to my mother's house is amazing, and they treat them like this.
Yeah, the first thing they think about it like they can't be doing this to Gary.
Exactly.
They can't be doing this to Gary. Not on our watch.
But like the post office, like I said, you get what you pay for. If you buy a TV from Walmart and it breaks in a month, you got what you paid for.
Yeah.
So yeah, like Aaron said, it was bound to happen. But you having a system that's that old and not updated, like, do they even have laptops in the station?
No.
I still see the same kind of computers from when I was in 9th grade.
Oh, you mean like regular laptop?
Yeah,
I mean in
yeah.
the stations?
Yeah, they got the
Yeah.
same computers from like when I was in 9th. That
Like
same
Acers.
Dell. that little Dell box like that. Oh God, it's ridiculous. And I look at it and I cringe because I'm like, the average person has a way better computer in their house.
Yeah.
Like, how do y'all still have this?
That's how
And
it's
y'all wonder why the system doesn't run right. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like I would like to know, like, how many times, like I know people that have problems with their paychecks, or once again, like in the post office, it's so many problems. Like you got people with problems with their steps, problems with their pay. You got the system is deleting steps. Like, how is the system deleting steps? Like, you got people that's on step G, and 2 weeks later, they're back to step A.
That don't even make sense.
Yo,
How?
Hold up. Yeah, that's nah.
You got people that you just lost like 10 grand a year. Like, how does that feel possible? You got people that's 2 steps behind. Like me and my brother, we're in the post office. We started the exact same time we got converted. The exact same time. I'm 2 steps ahead of him.
How?
How?
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be possible, right? And it's been like that for a couple of years. Not only do they own bread, and they got to move him up 2 steps. Like, how is that even possible?
He might have a serious lawsuit if he wants to press the issue.
Yeah, how is that even possible?
Yeah.
Like, you're owing all these people money.
Because his career start date is a regular. That's in stone. You
Yeah.
can't change that.
We got the
simple math-
same exact. We
yeah,
got
simple
converted at the
math tells you
same
what step he's
exact
at.
time, same exact date.
Simple math tells you what step he's at. Just like
Exactly.
that. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he probably like at my step, me and Brandon step.
Yeah, he's 2 steps behind me. I'm on step. What is it? F.
Oh yeah, he had D then. If he had F, he had D.
G. I think I'm on G.
You G,
What are you
had
on?
E.
What are you on, Rick?
I'm on H. I'll be on I think. Oh, I'm on I today actually, technically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so yeah,
My
I'm on.
anniversary. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Happy anniversary to me.
Yeah, I'm on G.
Good
now.
job, good
Yeah,
job, good job.
So
yeah, because you're 2 steps ahead of me.
So yeah, he had E, he had D and E with me and Eric. He had D or E.
And it's ridiculous how there's so many issues with this system. Like tax for us goes down like once or twice a month.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which
It never used to happen like that.
yeah, I don't understand how that even happens. But that goes down. The scanners like go like ridiculous. And,
Haywire.
Like
haywire.
I don't see how they use the scanners to even write people up. Because my scanner 1 minute said I was on a route, 2 seconds later it says I was in King Session.
Or tell you, I knew we see this all the time with the scanner. It said I'm right in front of the house. It tells you, you're 458 feet away from them. I scan again. You're
I'm right here
280
at the
feet.
door.
I'm right here. I'm like, I'm dead right in front of the damn scanner. I'm like, how you gonna keep telling me I'm away from here? I'm right in front of here. Then they tell you before, oh, take a picture. I'm like, I'm not gonna keep doing it. I'm like, until y'all fix the problem, they're like,
Yeah,
what
they
do you
want
want
you,
me
they
to do?
want you to do the extra work because they don't want to actually put the time in themselves.
Exactly, man. They don't
Like,
write you up work.
Like my utility told me she had a situation where like supervisor was saying like was the package scanned in front of the door? What's scanned in front of the door? It said it was scanned in front of the mail receptacle, but looking at the GPS tracking, the house is here. She was like, you know that area is a new development that has a cluster boxes, right? So everybody walks to the same place to get the mail.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
9 times out of 10, the package was scanned at the cluster box, like it should be, because the mail is getting delivered there.
Yeah.
And then the person probably walked it over
Walked
into
it
the
over
door.
to the house, yeah.
I'm like, at some point, these supervisors have to go outside of the zone that they work in, and actually drive around and learn the zone.
Especially
Especially if that shit big.
Yeah,
If that shit big, you should know the area that you supervise. Like, it shouldn't be a mystery. I should have to inform you what the block looks like. You should know. Which is kind of the reason why they invented the whole term of street ops. Half the reason is for you to watch the carrier and learn the area.
Because if I'm not mistaken, the supervisors in the station, like throughout the year, is supposed to walk every route.
Yes,
Yeah.
so you can learn the area. That's the point.
They're not doing that.
Yeah, of
Not
course
at
not.
all.
Most of them overweight, and most of them are supervisors because they can no longer carry. Because they got an injury, and then they claim that injury, so they don't walk the routes.
Yeah.
Don't we all know?
But and the reason why I know they know, even though they try to write us up for these scanners, and they always talking about this bullshit stationary time, please. But the reason why they shouldn't be able to write us up for the scanners, do y'all know anybody that got written up for the scanners yet? I don't.
Guys, I know successful. Not successful.
I don't know.
But anyway, when they walked our entire station on the scanners, And you know when they put us in the office for the little interviews, and the one guy was like, "Oh, you know your time was pretty good," which I don't do anything. I just do my route. But it showed that I was delivering on 39 route.
Mm-hmm.
I was on Pennsdale Lawrenceston.
Mm-hmm.
2 seconds later, said I was a mile away,
Yeah.
and he said, "Oh, that's normal."
What?
How is
Why
that
is that normal? Like,
How?
But you're writing us up for this shit, or trying to.
How?
You know why it's normal? Because technology malfunctions, like we see with.
because it's not updated.
Exactly.
Because it's not
It's
updated.
not up to date.
Because you didn't want to pay the extra money to get the updates on time.
Mm-hmm.
Using dollars still.
Nothing is 100%. Even if it's updated to the current whatever it
It's
is,
still gonna be a problem.
you're going to get malfunctions. But when it's not updated, you get more
A
malfunctions,
lot.
and that's what they're getting, and that's their fault, and that's why these road carriers should be suing the fucking pants off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because
It
it's
should never
crazy.
happen again. Like,
No, it should
Yeah.
never happen. Like, we're here for one reason, to get paid. We're not here because we love the job, even though I like it anyway, because I just like walking around outside and seeing everybody.
yeah.
But, you know, the incentive is that I get a decent pay. May not be as fair as we want it to be,
No.
but, you know what I'm saying? I want to get
so,
paid.
so it's not a fair day's pay for a fair day's work.
Hell
I mean, yo, hold on. Like, let's be serious, Black. Like, even if, like, you know, you do enjoy doing that, I think people want to get paid, period.
Oh,
Like,
yes.
like NBA players love playing basketball. Don't let the NBA not pay them.
Oh,
then they,
yeah.
then they showing
nah,
up.
Yeah, nah.
Hell no.
You think the Sixers gonna play tonight if they not getting paid?
No.
No, they going right back to their crib. Like at the end of the day, you gotta pay people to do the job. You know what I mean? Like we're literally giving our time, and the issue is that you think that my time is only worth this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When you play with people's time, which is the one thing you can't get back. I could lose a car, I could lose shoes. You can't get time back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like God forbid, you can lose a kid. You'll never get that kid back, but you could have another child.
Yeah.
It'll be different from that other child, but it's still another child that you were able to get to try to fill that void somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
At 149, November 12, 2023, once it goes to 150, you'll never get that 149 back.
Nope.
November 12, 2023, it's gone forever.
Gone.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You can't do, there's nothing you can do about it. So act like you want to pay people based off of one of the most valuable things they have, which is time.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think someone has the time to come to work for free. They don't have time for that, bro. They could be doing something else, but they could be making money. Instead of playing with you, and like one of the old managers used to say, playing with the mail.
Mm-hmm. Now you playing with the money.
Mm-hmm.
Like do it in a timely manner, a respectful manner. Like
You can't do that.
Well, I mean, let us know in the comments below what y'all think about this, because like I said, we're not getting that much information on it. You know what I mean? We're seeing, like, look, really, shout out to Reddit, because the carriers that use Reddit and USPS Reddit, you guys keep us kind of informed just by word of mouth what's been happening. You know what I mean? Because before we even seen that article about the labor unit and the Congress getting involved with guys not getting paid, we saw on Reddit that carriers were saying, "Yo, we're not getting our checks,
mm-hmm.
or we're getting blank checks, or we're getting checks that are just half the pay.
Or
We're
they
getting paid for
showing,
week 1, not week 2."
or they showing light blue to say it's like it's saying nothing. Basically, say hours working, no zero.
Yeah, people
zero
are
pay.
posting their like blue stuff, showing people that, yo, this is what it looks like, how they, we're not getting paid. So, you know what I mean, for like Black was saying earlier, if you guys know anybody, if you're one of those people that this is happening to, if you have any updates on how it's going to be completely rectified and what's the steps going forward, by all means, put it in the comments so everybody else can, learn about this so we can be up on point. And if you know what tax system you're under, if you ask your supervisor, figure out what tax system you're under. So that way, we can know why this is happening in that tax and maybe why it's not happening in this tax. You know what I mean? Like, or is the IT unit doing the taxes all at the same time, or they're doing them one at a time? Like, how does this work? You know what I mean? If anybody can find out any extra information that'll be helpful for the community, that would be greatly appreciated.
Yep.
Well, I guess we're about to get up out of here. As always, let the brother say the last words.
It's be more like I said, man. It's a disgrace, man. Like I said, issues getting dealt with, but and then somebody has to pay for it. Somebody has to have be at fault for this. It's nothing you play with. You don't play with people's money or time at all. So hopefully it gets solved. Like you said, road carriers, we are here. You see, they've been asking about it. We telling you, give you information. So you just gotta see what happens. Keep your head up.
And it's a black man, like always. We're gonna give y'all the information we got, and then I'll, show you what we think about it, put it in our perspective, and we out there.
Yeah, man, it's Aaron. Road carriers, we riding for y'all. So hopefully y'all all got y'all situation made full and made whole. So yeah, leave some information in the comments for us. Let us know what's going on.
And it's your engineer, man, Rick Sean. Appreciate you guys always tuning in with us and keeping up with us, man. Like, we really appreciate the comments too, man. Like how you been letting us know what you guys think and what's going on with you, because I think it's dope how we all able to communicate with each other, like through this job, especially using like the social platforms and internet that we have at our disposal. I think we really are our own therapists to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always dope to see what other people in our job think about the job in terms of how we should get paid, how our retirement should go, even down to the certain things about going forward, about how to handle the people that are new coming into the job as far as them learning and how fast they can get converted to full time. And then, like I said, it was always valuable with me learning from people that were finished from the job and what they were dealing with post job.
Mm-hmm.
But there's even stuff that happens post job, believe it or not. You know what I mean? Which is crazy, but it's good to always get that information. Like, you know what I mean? So I think we appreciate you guys. Like, I'm pretty sure you appreciate us. And let's just keep doing this thing. And hopefully we can try to make this company what it used to be, or even better than what it was before. So this is On Route Podcast. Some of you guys, we appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Be good, man.
Yes, sir.